Assalamu alaikum. I think already it's 11 a.m. and we should start our discussion. I am Anila Junaid here, head of EDU 21, the 21st Century School. And today we are going to host Ma'am Khadija Khan. She is currently working as a CEO of Pakistan Alliance for Early Childhood Education. And then Mavish Kiran, my co-host and EDU 21 ECEC expert, is also here. So I think we should start our discussion today about how we are working in ECEC program at EDU 21. So my first question to you, that what should early childhood educational care offer to the children under 0 to 3 years old, and what makes it high quality? Khadija, I want you, please.
Okay. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. If it's okay, should I turn off the camera because the signals will be poor if I turn on the camera?
Okay, it's okay, you can.
I need to turn it off. Thank you. I would like to make a correction. I am heading the alliance, which is not for early childhood education. It's for early childhood. Early childhood education is just one part of the whole child development. So our correct name, the correct name of the alliance is Pakistan Alliance for Early Childhood.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what was your first question? Sorry.
Sorry, my question was about that. What should early childhood educational care offer to the children under 0 to 3 years old, and what makes it program?
Okay, I missed the second part of your question because your voice is breaking.
Okay.
Yeah, can you repeat the question? What should early childhood education offer to 0 to 3 children? That was first part of your question. And what was the second part?
And what makes it high quality?
Okay. All right. First of all, I would request you and Mahvish to kindly use the term early childhood development when you talk about 0 to 3 or even 0 to 8, because the complete phase of early childhood development is from 0 to 8. And this phase is being divided under 3 different phases. The first phase is from 0 to 2, and then 2 to 5, and then 5 to 8. So this is the complete phase of early childhood development. The care part which you just mentioned is required to develop the child holistically. And when we talk about the 0 to 3 phase, we really have to focus on the overall development of the child, on the overall development of the child, which includes the different domains. For example, the cognitive development, the physical development, social, emotional development, and language development of the child. So once the child is able to fully achieve age appropriate milestones under each developmental domain, then we say that the child is developing holistically. And to help the child develop holistically, different contributors have to play their role. For example, the first people or the first stakeholders who play their role is the parents, is the primary caregivers, who have to play the an enabling and an enriching role in the development of the child at the initial years. So the first thing is you have to really ensure the mother and child's health when the child is not even born. When the child is conceived, even before the conception, the mother or even the couple have to be really healthy, not just physically healthy, but they have to be healthy emotionally, they have to be healthy socially, economically. From different aspects, they have to ensure their healthiness to bring a child to this world. So the child's development or the foundation of the child's development starts even the child is conceived. So we have to really focus on that part of the child, or even for the for the child's rest of the life, he or she has to have a sound foundation before the child is conceived. And then during the conception, there is a whole set of things which the mother has to do. First of all, she has to take care of her health, and then of course she has to be mindful of the environment where she lives, and then the kind of food she eats and the kind of interaction she has with her immediate family members, extended family members, and the overall environment where the mother is living. So because the environment where the mother lives has a direct impact on the child's development. The child in the womb listens or experiences whatever goes on around the mother's environment or the mother where the mother lives. So all these are, as I said, we have to be, mindful of different contributors. So these contributors or these things which have a direct impact on the development of the child have to be really healthy, have to be really enabling for the child's development. And then when the child is born, again, the first thing is you have to be very careful of the mother's health, the mother's nutrition, and so that the child gets proper nutrition. In Pakistan, unfortunately, we have got more than 40% stunted children. And stunted growth is basically below average growth, and that unfortunately does not really enable somebody to have a normal or an average life. So if you want to address stunted growth, you have to really take care of the mother's health, take care of the mother's well-being and everything, so that the child gets proper nourishment, the child is taken care of. And then you have to have a proper nurturing environment. Nurturing, I don't know whether you have heard about the nurturing care framework, which talks about 5 key elements which need to be ensured for every single child. So one of the key elements of the nurturing care framework is health and nutrition, and then child safety and protection, early learning, and stimulating environment and everything. So you have to have all these ingredients throughout the early childhood phase. But the most critical phase, as I said, is the first 1,000 days, which start from zero to from conception to age 2. So this is called the golden phase of anybody's life. So, and this is considered a golden phase because the brain develops at the highest speed, and research shows that the brain develops up to 90%, and some pieces of research show that it even develops beyond 90%. So you have to take care of the key things which I just mentioned, and which are globally now considered to be fundamental for every single child's development.
Thank you, Khadija, for such a detailed answer. Thank you so much. Okay, Mavish, do you want to highlight some areas regarding this question, please?
Thank you so much for inviting me. And Ma'am Khadija has already given a detailed, information about early childhood education, that it starts actually from the conception to the 8 years of the, early years of child. Yes, it starts from conception because it's a misconception that many people think that when a child starts going to the school, then his learning starts. This is a misconception in our people, in our society. Although some portion of the people are being aware about early childhood education, but still we have to give this awareness that it starts from 0 to 8 years, actually, yes. So Ma'am Khadija has already given a detailed one. So I just would like to add a little and some of the points that
Okay, Babish, I
I
just
would
want
like to tell about the brain development, that yes, 80% of brain develops during this critical period, that is 0 to 3 years. Actually, why we are talking about this specifically 0 to 3 years is that because we are introducing this section in our school. And yes, early childhood is still 8 years, but we are actually focusing on 0 to 3 years right now. We are already working on 1 year till 8 years, but 0 to 3 years is most of the time it is missed or skipped in school. So we are introducing this in our school. And it's very important because 80% of brain develops in this period. So when the brain is developing, there are some neural connections are happening. And how does it happen? When we play with them, when we give them such a kind of an environment, then the brain starts to develop. It's not only the nutrition, it's not only anything else. We have to add this stimulation, we have to add the nutrition, we have to see their health, and we have to see all these elements for their development. So yes, so most of the, and as Ma'am Khadija has said, there are some, categories, or we can say stages of ECEC, that 1 to 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3. And we have divided into some stages, and how their brain develops, how their body develops, how their behavior develops. It depends on the ages. So we have to tackle the children, or we have to tackle the kids according to their age. We cannot, expect a huge thing from a little one, or a small thing from a bigger one. So we have to look at the age of the baby, or look at the child. Is he an infant? Is he a toddler? Is he a preschooler? We have to expect the things, and we have to train the kids according to their age.
Okay, Mavish, thank you so much. Actually, I wanted to clarify it too. What is the difference between ECD and ECEC, which we have started at EDU 21. Thank you for clarification. Okay, Mavish, my another question to you again, that how you build the atmosphere and how you build your teams in your ECEC program.
Okay, as I have already told you that we have grouped the children. We have made the groups of children according to their age. Now, we were already working on the children age of 3 onwards, that we call them preschool in our school. Earlier one, that is 3 to 4, then 4 to 5, that is earlier 2, and 5 to 6 or 7, maybe till 7, it's early year 3. But right now we have introduced a new section, that is sensory group, which will be specifically for 0 to 3 years. And as I have already told you, this portion of age is most of the time skipped in schools or in homes, and it's the most ignored age in our society. People think that when they will start their ECD, like from preschool, they will get all of the things, and they will learn the things. They will develop their character or behavior or their other part of learning things. But actually, because their brain is developing in this part, the critical time is the crucial time of the child, and we cannot ignore this time. So that's why we have introduced sensory group that will be depending on 0 to 3 years. And we will, inshallah, focus on all the requirements of the child, the needs, and all the domains. For example, his physical, emotional, his language, and all other domains that we will work on it, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, and I just want to ask that how you build the, once the environment is safe, okay, what kids actually learn in this program, and what are the things you practice with them specifically?
Okay, actually, I skipped your last question. That was, how do we create the atmosphere, right? You asked before going to this question, I would like to answer that. Actually, atmosphere is something if in human nature that when we see comfortable environment, when we feel fresh, we learn more. So first of all, EC environment should be safe and secure, and it should be emotionally supported by the people surrounding for the children, whether they are teachers, whether they are parents, whether any caregiver. They must be friendly, they must be, the child must feel secured and safe by interacting with that caregiver. It should be protected from abuse and neglect. As I told you, 0 to 3 years of the child is mostly neglected by the parents or any caregiver, because most of the, if for example, if I give you the example of any mother who is working and she leaves her child in a daycare, and the daycare organizer or the person who is taking care there, if he is not trained enough, if he doesn't know the elements that he has to work on the child, and he just giving him the proper food on time, he just taking care regarding his health, but he's not working on other things, other elements, his emotional, his physical, and his language, that means he's not getting the proper environment. So, and also that means he's neglected. This is called neglection. And it should be comfortable, as I told you, it should be friendly. And why should it be comfortable and friendly? To build trust. The child should trust on the caregiver. When the child grows, day by day, he starts to talk, he starts to communicate with the caregiver. So it can be the trust can be built through talk and listening to the child every day. So voice and choice is one of the things that we are implementing in our school, and it encourages to be creative and permit the children to make mistakes. Yes, we should let them do the mistakes. We should not expect them to be perfect. Voice and choice is the way where the children start to make the mistakes. They overcome the mistakes, they learn from the mistakes, and they get confidence of, at the end of this. So voice and choice is also very important in the environment, because we do not let children what they are interested in. So we have to see what they are interested in, let them do it, let them make the mistakes. So another thing that I would say, the support children learning through all aspects of developmental domains. I would again say physical, emotional, their language, or their psychological, and all these should be integrated when the children is trained, when the children is tackled or interacted. These all things should be inculcated in the children by the caregivers, whether teachers, again I would say, whether teachers, parents, grandparents, or anyone, because parenting doesn't mean only the biological parents. Parents means the caregiver, any caregiver who is taking care of the child. Because if mother and father are working, they're away. At home, there must be someone who is taking care of the child. So they are also parents. So they should know all this, these elements to create such an environment. Again, stimulation, as Ma'am Khadija has said, lots of play and communication is very important. Because stimulation is important for their brain development. Brain develops in this stage of life. So and play. Playing with the children plays an important role, a crucial role in their brain development. And positive parenting is a vast topic. I will just add the word positive parenting. Inshallah, some other time we will discuss on it too. And one more thing, that family relation and spousal relation should be positive, because it impacts the child. If family relation or spousal relation is critical or questionable, the child's personality really, it will be questionable in some time after in his later life. So positive parenting is very important. So this kind of environment should be created around the child for his better development.
Exactly. And once the environment is safe, atmosphere is safe, what kids learn in ECEC program? I hope all the parents must be waiting to hear this, that what actually kids learn in this program, and what are the things that you practice with them?
Okay, so once the environment is created, it was a detailed one. So once the environment is created, you can imagine that how many things are going around the child. His holistic development starts to, it starts his social, emotional, language, cognitive, physical, and self-controlling skills. Now, self-controlling skills are one of the very important element, we can say, because self-controlling is throughout the life. It's not only in the school or in the tantrums are not in the school only. Those children who cannot tackle their tantrums, they go through the tantrums, and if the parents cannot tackle it, the child can suffer in his whole life. So we have to see these kind of learnings. When the child goes to ECEC in our school, inshallah, we will work on this kind of things to resolve conflicts that may come up during the play, because when children are playing together, they're not ready to share, they're not ready to take from others because they do not trust others other than their parents. So we have to build the trust. We have to solve these kind of conflicts when they start playing together, sharing and trusting each other and solving their problems by their own. Now, solving the problem doesn't mean big problems. It's again these problems that waiting for their turns, following the instructions, controlling their self-control or self-controlling skills, you can say. These kind of things we will work on. And also one more important thing, because we have made the groups in our school, the sensory group, the earlier 1, earlier 2, earlier 3, because this is from 0 to 8. These classes cover up from 0 to 8 years. And we are already working on EY1, EY2, EY3, that is early years 1, 2, 3. According to their age, their milestones are related to the ages of the children. We cannot, impose a different milestone, a high level milestone on a toddler or an infant. We will see that what kind of milestones should be are relevant to the children of 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and 1 to 3. And they will learn how to follow the instructions. Because this is the age, this is the time when their personality is developing, their character is developing, and this has a lifelong impact. So this is the time we will focus on these kind of things. They will learn in ECE, and also they will get ready for preschool education. And I would say with zero hesitation, because we have seen the children, those who have attended ECE education, when they go to the preschool education or to the primary education, there's a difference between those kids who have attended and those children who have not attended, because there's a clear, I would say, environment we can see around them, a very clear difference in their physical, emotional, in their language, in their behavior. All kind of things are very clear in those kind of children who have attended this type of education, whether at home or in any center. So we will also work on their numeracy, language, science and technology, and arts through STEAM learning. This is called, because everybody now in this time knows what is STEAM learning, and we will tackle these little early years through STEAM learning also, because this is the need of the time and this is very important. And one more last thing I would say they will learn in ECE is they will understand the nature, they will understand the spirituality. We will have a circle time. We do have this in the preschool also. We will have a circle time with these 0 to 3 years of kids. And in this circle time, they will learn who they are, from where did they come, how did they come, or who made them. So these kind of spiritual things, because we have to make the connections with the nature and with the Lord, or we can, the spirituality. So these, because science and spirituality, we have to, in our society, we have to align them. So these are the all things we will work on it, inshallah, and they will learn in ECE.
Okay, thank you, Mavish. Okay, Khadija, I just want to ask that to what extent actually this program could be successful in Pakistan, as you know that there is no such culture of educating or teaching the young learners specifically, and how is it important to teach toddlers in our country?
Okay, I forgot your name. Anila, am I allowed to share screen? Because I want to show you the different phases and the rationale for dividing the phases under different age groups. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, you are. You can.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. First of all, I am amazed to listen to Mavish and the way she explained each and every aspect of early childhood development, not early childhood education. I wonder why you guys are using the term early childhood education, because you are doing more than education. You are taking care of the child's well-being, you are taking care of the child's environment, you are taking care of the child's surrounding, and trying to ensure all the aspects which help the child develop. So it's not just early childhood education you are doing it, you are basically focusing on the different domains which make the holistic development of the child. If you look at this slide, you will see I have taken all this, of course, from the latest research. It says early childhood is the period from conception to it, as I already explained. And from on the right hand side, if you look at the domains, you are of course focusing on all the domains, and you have the description or the explanation which Mavish just gave shows that your program includes something to offer to develop each and every domain. So I strongly suggest to consider the term, especially when you deal with children before age 5. You cannot really say early childhood education. Early childhood education is just one part, and then there is a whole set of let me see if I can show you the nurturing care framework, which yes, can you see this slide?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. The nurturing care framework basically talks about 5 elements, which includes health, nutrition, safety, security, learning, and relationship. But you guys are you are doing everything, but then you guys are just talking about early learning. So it's not just early learning, it's more than that. So this is my suggestion and my advice to rethink about the name of your program and try to see if you
The
can.
full I'm sorry, I cutting you, Khadija. I just want to make it clear. It's ECEC, Early Childhood Education and Care. So care comes under development. We just changed the term.
No,
Is EC.
care
Yeah.
is care is being provided to develop the child. So the ultimate product is development. The end result is development. Care is just one contributor. I'm talking about all these terms because I am working, as Mahvish knows, closely with the government on policy, on curriculum, and on advocacy, on capacity building and everything. So I know in future we will call from 0 to age 8 early childhood development, because we have proposed this in the policy document which the Ministry of Planning has prepared, and we are looking forward to launch the policy maybe in a couple of months, and then you will be able to benefit from the policy, because the programs will be designed to implement the policy, and the programs will not only be designed for early education, because that's just the education part. The programs will be designed to develop holistically. The children's holistic development will be focused while designing the programs. So this is the future approach. But your
Okay.
question is whether this program help the children of Pakistan. I don't know whether you are referring to your own program or you are talking about if there are any programs implemented in Pakistan for early childhood development. So I would request you to rephrase your question and ask me again whether you are asking me about your program or whether you are asking me generally, so that I can, answer it properly.
Khadija, it was a general question in
Okay.
scenario of
Mahvish, please give me 2 seconds. I need to open the door. Isar is at the door.
it's okay, no
Okay.
problem.
Okay, until then, I can explain this nurturing care framework, because we can see this developmental
My
stage.
special was that there is no such culture, especially in our area where EDU 21 is located.
Yeah.
There is no such culture of educating young children. I am getting this query so many times. The parents are saying, no, our child is just 3 years old and we want to wait 2 years more. Once he will be 5,
he will go to school and he will start learning. Halanki,
So
hota kya hai ki the child, when the mother conceives, it starts from there. Mother has to be trained. The pregnant mothers should be trained. Actually, the pregnant mother should know what things she should do during that pregnancy period, with the stages. She should do different kind of activities. She should do math problems and different games for the development of the baby, for herself and for the baby. So all the people should know this. In our society, some of the people know this, but still, again, I would say there is a large population of people that has to be aware about this.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Anila, can you ask your question again? Was it about the
my question was that how this program ECEC or ECD would be successful in Pakistan, as what I am observing being head of EDU 21, especially in my surroundings, in my area, there is no culture of educating young children. Specifically, people are not just bothered about their development at that stage. So that's why I was asking to you that how it could be successful and how important is it to teach toddlers in our country?
Okay, first of all, you are right. There is, unfortunately, in Pakistan, we don't have any country-wide program from 0 to age 8. But having said this, there are several programs going on from age 3 onwards and even from 0 to 3. But they are not really working coherently, having an impact on each and every single child of the Pakistan. These programs are being designed in different parts of Pakistan and are being implemented in certain areas in silos. So there is no uniform program for early childhood development in Pakistan. But there are certainly efforts going on made by the different ministries. For example, the Ministry of Education has developed the curriculum for early childhood care and education, and which allows the children from age 4 to 5 to benefit from the government's efforts. The curriculum is being developed for focusing on all the domains and focusing on the different age groups of the children from age 4 onwards. And that curriculum, textbooks have also been developed based on that curriculum. And this has been implemented across the country from last year. And hopefully we will have good results of this intervention. But still, since we have a large country, we have lack of resources. So we are not really expecting to have great results of any program in a short span of time. So we have to really give some time to the program and see the results.
Okay.
Apart from that, there are a lot of efforts going on in the private sector by different chain of schools, by different organizations. So, but those efforts, again, as I said, are not really coordinating with each other. There is no comprehensive, no coherence between among these programs. So the need is to develop programs based on the age groups which I have displayed here, the different stages and phases of early childhood development. So the first thing the government needs to do is design a community-based program for parents, for communities, focusing on the first 1,000 days. There are several things going on by the Ministry of Health and Department of Health and other programs in silos, but we need a comprehensive program, a multi-sectoral program where we can really provide all the inputs to the family. For example, we should be able to give awareness to the family for providing proper nutrition, adequate nutrition to mother and child, and also the other requirements which are needed by the child and by the mother to have a safe and sound early childhood development. So hopefully these programs will be designed in the future, and we are expecting that all the actors and all the stakeholders will be able to come together and design programs, especially on the first 1,000 days, which is missing in Pakistan.
Thank you so much.
The other part, which is from 3 to 5, as I said, to some extent for the preschoolers, there are interventions going on by private sector, by different organizations, but those unfortunately are just focusing on the early learning part. So unless and until the child is healthy, the child is fed well, the child is protected, the child is ready to learn, you cannot really claim that you are providing or you are enabling the child to learn. So to help him or her to get ready for learning, you have to first focus on the other aspects of the child development. So this is my request to you.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. Khadija, are you there? Yeah, you can continue, please.
It was a 40-minute webinar.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. As I said, there are different interventions going on, and obviously each intervention is helping the child, but unfortunately we don't know. We don't have a proper data system, or we don't have a baseline to see the impact of the different interventions on the child. So things are being designed randomly and things are being implemented randomly. So we do not see any systematic, intervention for early childhood, but I'm hopeful, since we are working with the relevant stakeholders, with the responsible ministries who have to take care of the child development. So in future, we will of course see coordinated and organized programs right from 0 to up to age 8 for early childhood development. And of course, in this journey, we will be doing a lot of work with parents, with health professionals, and with everybody who for child development, everybody has to play his or her role. Everybody is a stakeholder, and it's a life course action. It doesn't really start from somewhere and stop at a point. It just goes on. So everybody has to play his or her role. And I am hopeful that the way things are moving, we will be able to come up with some successful programs.
Yes, inshallah. Okay, Mavish, my last question to you. that as we have already discussed the key elements and key areas in 0 to 3 years of education specifically. So can you please describe what's the difference between educating the children under 3 years and the older education?
Okay, this is a very important question because again, I would like to start it from a misconception that people think that we can teach anything to any kind of child or any kind of age. So there are different kind of strategies and methodologies used for infants, toddlers, and then preschoolers, and then above. So now what we are going to do is we will see, because we know that the attention span of a little child or an infant or a toddler has a less time of attention span than an elder one. So looking at that, what we will do, or what the teachers obviously do, or what the parents can do, is keep on changing the strategies, because we have to see what they are being interested in, because the methodologies will change with the age. The material will change with the age. The environment will change, because the natural environment will be there, but the environment that we are creating will be changing from class to class or from age to age. So the attention span will change, so the strategies and the methodologies will change, obviously. And one of the most important, or one of more important thing, is that we have to teach the children in this age group 0 to 3 or the early years, that how to solve the problems, how to tackle their own daily life problems, because we are working on the life skills in this age group. And when we go to the other classes, the above classes, there we teach other kind of subjects like English, Urdu, maths, science, geography, or any other thing. That so many things come there. But here, basically, because this age group is basically to build their character, build their personality. So we work on, it's different, because we work on their basic life skills also, that how to tackle their problem solving. Now, problem solving will be, again, as I told you earlier, that how to wait for their turns, how to share the things, how to trust others, how to sit properly, how to listen to the instructions, follow the instructions, and how to do the friendship, the social environment, how to tackle these kind of things. So this is very different, because this age group is very it's kind of a journey, you can say. It's the developmental stages are kind of a beautiful journey, because at every stage the child is learning, if the environment is, again, I would say, if the environment is created around him or her. And again, now the little ones have the thinking, or you can say the people around them will be their family or friends only. They know only the family. They only know the people around them, whether teachers or friends in the school, in the ECD center, or people around them. But so that's why they just tackle the problems with these kind of people. But when we see the younger ones, the elder ones, they will have their family, they will have their friends, they will have their community, they will know about the national and international things through media. They are able to use the media, they are able to interact with people, other community people, through different kind of projects that we are doing, especially in EDU 21. They're working on the projects, because the project-based learning is it's connecting them to the community, and with through social media to national and international people. So it's very different. Now this age group 0 to 3 or 0 to 8 years are interacting specifically or especially with teachers, friends, and family. They have a limited time, limited resources, we can say, limited people. But those people who are elder, they have unlimited. So this is also very different in teaching. So we have to see how to tackle this kind of environment and how to tackle that, create the resources in both situations. Again, the value-based education is very important, both of the ages, whether they are in early years or whether they are grown-ups. So value-based education, but it's very important to inculcate in the early years, because value-based education, if it's not inculcated in early years, it cannot be easily come out as outcome in the later life or in the grown-ups. So there are so many differences that we can see, because the age groups matters, their age, the milestones matter, because the milestones are actually connected with the learning and the style of teaching.
Yes, and I'm sure EDU 21 ECEC program will impact a lot in the development of specifically 0 to 3 years old, under the guidance of our expert teachers, inshallah.
And one more thing I would like to add, if you give me 1 more minute, it's about the grading. It's very important in our society that people start to compare in early years. Even in early years, what do parents do? Oh, that child has a good writing. Oh, that child has a very good speaking. That child has a very good kind of other skill, but my child is not doing this. So they start to grade up their children. But in early years, keep in mind, everyone, please, that we do not grade our children. We just assess them. We work on the lacking things, but it's not about grading. In EDU 21 and in most of the schools, I hope that they do not grade up, or they do not, give gradings to the students in early years, because every child is unique and they have their own skills with them. They have their their own ability. They have special abilities for each child. So we do not have to grade the children. We do not have to compare the children here. We just work on their milestone. If any kind of milestone is missing or lacking, the parents and the teachers can work together, because this program that we are introducing is actually we are encouraging parents, any caregiver, to come to the school, come to the center with the children for 2 hours, and they will spend their time with the children and they will be trained. So basically I would say aim of this new session is to not to train only the child. It's to train the caregiver that is tackling or taking care of the child. So there's a big difference. I would like to clear again. Maybe many of the people are thinking that the little ones are coming alone, or they're just left alone in the school with the teachers. No, it's not like that. They will be coming with the parents. Parents means any caregiver. So we are actually informing them how to tackle the child. What are the elements? What kind of environment we have to create? What are the domains? What are the things that the brain development or child holistic development should be done through? So this is a big difference between the preschool and the sensory group that we are doing. And in most of the schools, not most of, but I have seen in some of the schools, there are parents going with the child, and they are working on it basically, and they will implement this not only in the school, they will implement this at home also. So this is what I wanted to clear here.
Yeah, and I just want to add that this program has already been started at EDU 21, and still registrations are open. If you want to register your child, you can visit our website, and or you can call us, or you can visit our campus. Thank you, Khadija. Thank you so much.
Before we conclude, though you have already concluded, I just want to add a couple of points. As Mavish was explaining the age-appropriate learning, so I will request you all to share your age-appropriate guidelines or age-appropriate. Any learning is based on age-appropriate milestones, so you cannot expect a 1-year-old to learn the same things as of an 8-year-old. So you have to have, some fundamental guidelines for the different age groups. So the first thing you need to communicate to the parents is there are scientific based age appropriate milestones, and any program which you are designing should be based on the age appropriate guidelines or age appropriate milestones. So that's something which each and every parent needs to know. Otherwise they would all the time expect their kids who learn through play, or who learn in a certain way or in a certain style or at a certain pace. Parents always have different expectations, much higher expectations. So we need to really work on these things with the parents. And for early childhood development, parents are the key stakeholders, not anybody else. So if you want to succeed your program, you have to have a close coordination, and close, not just coordination, parental education aspect of your program. Thank you.
Yes, Khadija, and when parents are visiting us, we are explaining very clearly to the parent. Obviously, they are concerned, they are asking too many questions, and they want to learn. So we are very beautifully explaining them the age-appropriate milestones and all the requirements. And inshallah, under your guidance, we will develop it more, inshallah. Thank you so much, Khadija. Thank you, Mavish.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.